Hi, and welcome to the Fleet Complete Fleet Briefing, BigRoad to Mobile Update from Volume 26.3 to Volume 27. By the end of this module, you will be able to add and review fuel receipts from the BigRoad mobile application, track fuel receipts from the BigRoad web application, add fuel type for a truck, and review the updated vehicle mileage report. Access fuel tracking. BigRoad mobile app users now have the ability to add fuel receipts for fuel purchases. This functionality allows drivers and administrators to keep track of all fuel purchases for their fleet. Drivers can also view, edit, or delete existing fuel receipts via the mobile app as necessary. Fuel receipts are accessible from the More button of the navigation bar located at the bottom of the BigRoad app. Do note, to review receipts older than 14 days, the users will be directed to the BigRoad web application. In order to access fuel tracking, log into the BigRoad mobile app, tap the More button from the bottom navigation bar of the dashboard screen, and then tap Fuel Tracking to access fuel receipts. Add a fuel receipt. When selecting fuel tracking, the fuel receipt screen displays. This screen allows users to review all fuel receipts for the last 14 days. Drivers can also add a new receipt for the last 14 days from the screen. All added fuel receipts are synced on the BigRoad web application for the administrator's review. Do note, receipts older than 14 days can be added using the BigRoad web application. In order to add a new fuel receipt, from the fuel receipt screen, tap the new fuel receipt button at the bottom right-hand side. Do note, to display the entire record fuel receipt screen, it has been broken down into 3 parts for the purpose of this presentation. On the record fuel receipt screen, enter all the necessary information in the required fields. To attach an image of the fuel receipt, tap the camera button to take a picture of the receipt using the mobile device. Alternatively, if the fuel receipt image is already saved in the mobile device, tap the gallery button to access a saved image. Tap the Save button to save the fuel receipt. View, edit, and delete fuel receipts. The full receipt screen allows BigRoad mobile users to view, edit, or delete existing fuel receipts as necessary. Selecting an existing fuel receipt from the available list allows the driver to view the full read-only receipt on the View Fuel Receipt screen. The bottom of the View Fuel Receipt screen allows drivers to edit the receipt as necessary. From the Edit Fuel Receipt screen, drivers can also choose to delete the receipt as necessary. Do note, all saved changes will be synced on the BigRoad web application. In order to view an existing fuel receipt, on the Fuel Receipt screen, select a fuel receipt from the available list. To edit an existing fuel receipt on the Fuel Receipt screen, select a fuel receipt from the available list. Tap the Edit button from the bottom of the View Fuel Receipt screen. Edit all the fields as necessary. To save the edits, tap the Save button. To cancel the edits, tap the Cancel button. To delete an existing fuel receipt, on the fuel receipt screen, select a fuel receipt from the available list. Tap the Edit button from the bottom of the View Fuel Receipt screen. Tap the Delete button from the bottom of the Edit Fuel Receipt screen to permanently delete a receipt. Let's now take a look at the BigRoad web application. The BigRoad web application navigation panel has been updated to include new icons. A fuel section has also been added for the purpose of fuel tracking. In order to access the BigRoad navigation panel, log into the Fleet Complete. Select the BigRoad menu item and click the navigation panel from the BigRoad dashboard. The BigRoad web application now has fuel tracking capabilities. The fuel receipts entered by the drivers are also accessible from the fuel tracking section of the application. This section lists all fuel receipts entered in the last 7 days by default. The list can be filtered by date, trucks, and/or drivers. Once a fuel receipt is selected from the list, the details of the receipt displays. Do note, on the web application, a user who is not a driver will have access to all fuel receipts for all trucks and drivers, whereas a driver will only have access to fuel receipts entered by them using the mobile app. In order to access fuel tracking from BigRoad web application, log into Fleet Complete. Select the BigRoad menu item. Click the navigation panel from the BigRoad dashboard. Select Fuel. On the fuel tracking screen, to filter the list of receipts by date, click the last 7 days drop-down menu from the top right-hand corner of the screen and select a preferred date range. To filter the list of receipts by trucks, click the Trucks drop-down menu and select a preferred truck. To filter the list of receipts by drivers, click the drop-down menu for drivers and select a preferred driver. To view details of each receipt, click Show Details on the extreme right-hand side column of each receipt. Now, for the purpose of filing IFTA, BigRoad users are required to report on the amount of fuel type used for a certain amount of distance. The BigRoad web application now allows users to track what IFTA fuel type a truck uses. This feature is accessible from the Truck section of the application. Once the fuel type is updated for each truck, the information is displayed on the profile page of each truck. To add fuel type for a truck, click the Trucks menu item from the BigRoad navigation panel. From the available list of trucks, select a truck to add an IFTA fuel type for. Click the Edit button on the truck's profile page. On the truck's editing page, select the appropriate option from the IFTA fuel type section, for example, diesel, and then click the Save button. Vehicle Mileage Report. The existing Vehicle Mileage Report has been updated to include all the fuel receipts entered by drivers for BigRoad direct customers only. This report is now accessible from the Report section of the web application and also from the newly added Mileage Report button from the fuel tracking screen. The report shows the fuel type used by jurisdiction to provide fleets with the net taxable fuel amount they need to file their IFTA returns. The new average distance section in the report displays the miles or gallon or kilometers or liter for the fleet for each fuel type, which is required for the IFTA reporting. The mileage by jurisdiction section has been improved to include the fuel information and show users the amount of fuel used for each fuel type in each jurisdiction. It also uses the fuel receipt information to report on how much fuel they paid tax on in each jurisdiction and how much fuel they owe or are owed taxes on in each jurisdiction. Do note, a warning is displayed before generating the vehicle mileage report to users as a reminder to add fuel type for all their trucks. In order to generate the vehicle mileage report, click the Mileage Report button from the fuel tracking screen. Alternatively, select Reports from the BigRoad navigation panel and then click the Vehicle Mileage Report. Follow the necessary steps to create the report. Today we discussed how to add and review fuel receipts from the BigRoad mobile application. We tracked fuel receipts from the BigRoad web application, added fuel type for a truck, and reviewed the updated vehicle mileage report. Thank you.